about detox foot baths, what they are and what they aren't, and how the Aqua Chi is, in particular, among the field of these devices. So there are two views about how these foot baths work. One view is accurate, and the other is, well, not so accurate. Okay, the not so accurate view is goes something like this. You see a color chart that has a series of colors on it, and each of those colors corresponds to what might be detoxified from your parts of your body. You know, so for instance, red might be blood clot material. So that I feel is not an accurate view, only because it's so simple. You know, people are so complex. There's different, so many different things that go into a bath, including the water itself. So again, this uses a color chart. Colors are related to organs, and the toxicity is released through the feet. Now, the more accurate view, and the way the Aqua Chi works, is on a bioelectrical basis. The cells are all little batteries, and so by imparting a biocharge to the body, these cells are kicked into action, assimilating and eliminating in a more effective way. So you can see, like, the battery is charging here. This is the same idea in your body. Okay. See the cells there? They have negative charges around the cell, and these are like little batteries. Again, there's electrical charges around the cells. So by imparting that charge, you get an increased cellular function, and then by normal means, you can carry out toxicity from the body in a more efficient way. So again, there it is, the battery recharging. Okay. Now, the Aqua Chi is unique among other foot baths in that years of testing was done before it was ever even released, and testing was also done following the release of it. So here's a more recent test, probably within the last few years, using seeds, wheat seeds from the same stock, and we were looking at an independent firm actually looked at how these grew in different mediums of water. So in one, it was Aqua Chi treated water, and the other was one called a cell spa. It's another foot bath. So a lot of people think the same thing happens with all, but it's not true. Look at the response of the Aqua Chi treated seeds. Okay, and on the other side, of course, well, you can compare the growth that happens there. Now, there were charged water trials done with plants, actually, many years ago. And what I'm going to do is I'd like to give you the ability to, let's see, download this report. What I'm going to do is we're going to try something I haven't done here before. One sec. I'm going to copy a link here. I'm going to try to put in a link, and where do I put that? Okay. Now, what should happen is you should have this open up in a new window within your browser. If not, I think what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to put this in the chat box so that you can click on it there. Okay, if you can't click on it, just copy that link and put it into a new window, and that will download that test. It's a 22-page document that shows dramatic changes in growth of plants by simply being treated or fed the charged water. So for all of you green thumbs out there, think about what you do with your discarded water. Okay. All right, let's go back. One sec here. Trying to get out of. Okay, got to go back here. Try it again. Oh, it's working today. Good. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's some more. These were done in soil, and this is another competing unit. After 14 days, I think the response is pretty, the comparison is pretty dramatic. Many of you have probably seen a video that we did that involved tomatoes and how the longevity of tomatoes that are treated in Aqua Chi water. Okay, now the critical thing to remember in all this is that it's the electrical properties that are being imparted by the Aqua Chi that creates this effect. It actually rejuvenates or helps to enliven the cells in the body, and this is what creates a lot of the dramatic benefits that people feel. And we're not actually permitted to talk specifically about medical conditions, but believe me, over the years there are people who have been lifted out of very dire health circumstances with the Aqua Chi. Other tests that were done were with humans, and one that clearly shows itself time and time again is the ability to lower blood pressure. And by the way, this is where they're trying to focus with the NIH on doing some more testing, because it is replicated so easily with the Aqua Chi. Let me do this. I'm going to give you a link for this one too. There's another document, and let's go back here. Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat box here. Okay, and there's another one you can either copy or click on. I'm not sure how it appears on your end. Now, the other thing that's from the very beginning with the Aqua Chi, it has been the dramatic change that you see, or I should say a phlebotomist sees, when you look in the microscope at blood cells before and after a treatment. Okay, you can see here live blood cells. You notice how these are kind of these cells are stacked like coins. Well, this is a condition known as rouleau, I think, or rouleau, and it's a French word. I'm not sure what exactly it translates to, but this is a pretty standard condition with people in general, with the population at large. The cells clump together, and when they clump together, guess what? They cannot assimilate and eliminate as they should. And what the issue there is that over time it creates an inflammation because those toxins are not being removed, and that's the precursor to disease. So what happens when you have an Aqua Chi treatment is the cells before and after, and sometimes it takes a few sessions before you see this effect, but the cells will actually repel. So they'll repel away from each other, which is actually a very good thing, because the full surface area of those cells are then able to carry out their function. Okay, the assimilation and elimination, there's no impediment, nothing sticking or clumping together on that. Okay, so
Michael?
Yes.
Michael, if I just may say something, I was working with doctors and I was traveling, and we did with patients, they did the dark field testing with every patient, and with every patient after one session there was absolute improvement, and they did take the blood before and after, and you could see it on the computer screen that it was after one foot bath, which was only like between 30 and 40 minutes, the cells were not as clumped together.
Okay, awesome.
So we saw it. We saw it with every person that we worked with for a whole weekend, and nobody could believe it.
All right,
but it was, literally visible on the screen.
Okay, excellent. All right, that's exactly the kind of thing that happens over and over again with this. So if you have the opportunity to, if you have somebody near you who does the dark field microscopy, then you can take advantage of that, because you can see some pretty dramatic changes. So the question is the Aqua Chi a cure-all? Is it one moment? Is it a silver bullet? No, I guess we couldn't say that, because different people respond differently to different treatments. But as a natural treatment for the body, where there is no side effect, that is it's a pretty great thing when you consider it. Everything else seems to be invasive these days, and to have something that doesn't have any byproduct for the body in a negative way, I think that's a very good thing.